Hey guys, how you guys doing? Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, I just want to take some time to actually thank my subscriber base. I know I started this channel like about 5 months ago, and I'm already at 860 subscribers. I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I just want to say that I appreciate every video that I upload. You guys watching, commenting, me talking to you guys on the regular. I just want to say thank you and that I appreciate it. And today's video is gonna be a little bit different. I haven't done politics for a while now. I've been seeing a lot of political things going on. I follow a lot of politics, but I haven't done a video about them because but I saw something that was very crazy about yesterday, and I thought I was going to react it today. Yeah, is this liberal news media, man? I swear to God, these liberal people trying to defend porn in schools. This is crazy. This is on another level, I'm telling you. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it.
Why should 13 people get to decide what books tens of thousands of children get to read?
Well, I'm thinking it's probably because those 13 people saw what some of the content was in the books. I mean, explicit, graphic, sexual content. And I'm happy to talk about some of that content if you'd like to.
Well, this is the question again. The books that are being banned, I want to give you just
some...
books are being banned. Hold on a second.
Well, no, Joy, but I want to be clear. No one's banning books. Write the book, print the book, publish the book, put the book in the public library, sell the book, right? We're talking about a public school library. Children don't have unfettered access to the internet at school. I did a FOIA records request, and I wanted to see what kinds of internet sites are banned in schools, if we're going to talk about banning, right? And the subject matter in the books that moms are concerned about are the same things that kids don't have access to on the internet. So it just feels very hypocritical, right? No, why is no one out there protesting for, free the internet in schools?
Let me give you an example of some of the books that have been removed from shelves as a result of the activities of organizations like Moms for Liberty.
We're not going to talk like Moms for Liberty. We're going to talk specifically Moms for Liberty.
Absolutely.
So I'm happy to have this conversation with you, Joy.
Absolutely.
But we're going to be specific about the actions of Moms for Liberty.
Oh, 100%.
Because I can't be possibly responsible for every single parent in America.
But your organization is the lead. You're the leading organization that's doing this. You have chapters all over the country, and other organizations are following your lead. And PEN America has listed, they have posted the list of books that have been removed from shelves as a result of these activities. Let me just read you a couple of them. Anne Frank's Diary of a Young Girl. Mouse, which is a book about the Holocaust, a graphic novel. Genderqueer, a memoir. All Boys Aren't Blue. Beloved, Martin Luther King Jr. and the March on Washington. Ruby Bridges Goes to School. Slaughterhouse-Five, The Color Purple, Forever by Judy Blume. I could go on. These are books that are not only popular, in some cases are classics. Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye. Let me give you an example.
Well, I'd like to answer your question.
Please do, yeah.
Yeah, so you just mentioned a list of books. And so Moms for Liberty doesn't have like a national book list. There was never a list of books that we put out and said, parents, be concerned about these books, right? We didn't do it because we want our parents to be effective advocates. So when moms are going into the libraries in the schools, when they're seeing what their children have access to, when they go to speak to the superintendent or the principal, they have accurate information, right?
They're where are they getting their information from?
You can just go online to a catalog in your children's library, and you can see what
without
books are
reading
available.
The books. What is book? What is? One moment. What is booklooks.com?
I'm aware of a website called booklooks.com where parents can go and see some of the books that other parents are concerned about.
Booklooks.com has been used in Florida extensively in counties like, I used to live in Broward County. I lived there for 14 years.
Okay.
In counties like Broward, counties like Clay, counties like Escambia, Moms for Liberty activists are using booklooks.com. And it's essentially a Cliff Notes for books.
Yeah.
So you go through without even having to read the book. I'm going to just hold it up so our audience can see what it looks like. This is the one for All Boys Aren't Blue, which is one of the books Moms for Liberty has
Everyone should go and see the content in this book. That's such a good idea.
And so what
Joy.
happens is you can do keyword searches and find certain keywords.
Like rape.
You can find sure.
Or anal rape or dildo.
You can find all sorts
those types
of keywords.
of words. But like,
wait, hold on. Wait. Let me finish my question. Then
great,
you can answer.
sure.
I'm going to give you time to answer, but I got to ask you first.
No, yeah, I got the question.
And so what you find is the keywords that you find, the N word, anything, words like you just used, then you'll get out of context passages from the book. And then based on that, Moms for Liberty members are going to places like Broward County School Board meetings, reading out of context passages from these books, and then demanding that the school board remove them.
So what's
that is the way.
What? Out of context. Grape, out of context. Dildos, strap-on. Anal sex, out of context. Did I just hear what I just heard? Out of context. These are in children's books. Children. Not young adults. Not even teenagers. Children. We're talking about children. What is going on? What is happening? This is insane. Did I just hear what I just saw? Out of context. I'm a parent. My child, my little boy, if I see the books he's reading, and then I hear the word grape, anal sex, dildos, what? And I'm supposed to think, let me read the entire book to understand the context of it. My child being exposed to this. This is porn. When you start bringing up dildo, you're talking about porn now. This is porn. God forbid my child is supposed to his innocence is supposed to be preserved until he grows up. God forbid that happens. God forbid my child becomes, oh my God. This is crazy. These people, they are defending the indefensible. This is why I say liberal ideology is very dangerous, because if you're a liberal, if you have a liberal ideology, of course you got to defend this. Of course you're gonna have to somehow, in some way, try to defend this insanity. You're exposing children to lewd books, pornographic books, and then you're talking to me about context. I'm gonna take that book and I'm gonna incinerate it, all of them, burn it. My child being exposed to this, not my child. Oh my God. And you're talking to me about context. F you and your goddamn context. F you and your context. I don't give a shit about your context. What the hell is she talking about context? We're talking about children. These are children. Children. I'm telling you, liberal ideology is very dangerous, especially for kids. Kids can't be around these liberal people. I swear to God. There was a study that was done by I don't know whether it was a Pew Research, I don't know whether it was Gallup, I've forgotten who, but it was recent. They found out that in liberal homes, like all these liberal parents with their children fare worse than conservative children. Surprise, surprise. This is what they got to deal with. When you have liberal parents, these are the kind of things that you will be exposed to. This is insane, man. We live in a cuckoo for Cocoa Puff world, bro. We live in an insane world. Anyway, let's keep going.
The school board remove them.
So what's
that is the way.
Yeah.
The question I'm asking is, what is the expertise that you have and other Moms for Liberty advocates have to decide that a book, an award-winning book like All Boys Aren't Blue, isn't appropriate for students to read? What is your expertise?
What a tragic story of a young man who's anally raped by his adult family member. So you have incest, rape, pedophilia. Joy, you said you'd let me answer, so I'm going to answer
Please
for
do.
you. In what context is a strap-on dildo acceptable for public school? Just I mean, that's my question to you. Tell me what the context around the strap-on dildo or the rape of a minor child by a teacher.
Hold on a second.
No,
wait,
we're talking about public school.
One moment.
All right.
So now you've asked me questions.
Sure.
I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
Well, who is the main character? What's the name of the main character in All Boys Aren't Blue?
You're asking me right now.
You just gave me very specific information about this book, so you're presenting yourself as somebody expert.
It's the gentleman.
Hold on. Who's the main character in the book?
The main character is the author.
What's his name?
George, I believe, is his first name.
Because you're giving me very specific information that is.
You're asking me to remember the name of an author.
You
the
just
name
remembered
of the author
very
doesn't.
specific things.
Joy.
Here's my question.
We're talking about
Here's my question.
You didn't answer my question.
No. I'm going to answer. Your
Great.
question.
I would love to hear that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm interviewing you. You're not interviewing me. So let's just make sure it's a conversation. Okay.
Great.
So what I'm saying to you is that as you are not an expert in this book,
I don't have to be an expert to know that dildos aren't appropriate for public school. I mean, come on, let's get real.
Is a full context story, as you said, of the author's experience. Why is it your right or a Moms for Liberty activist's right to say that a parent who wants their child to have access to this book, which gives a personal experience of this author, why doesn't a liberal parent, for instance, or a parent of an LGBTQ kid, why don't they have a right for their child to just have access to this book? Why is it your right to say they can't?
So again, we're talking about incest, rape, and pedophilia.
And each parent, each parent has to decide what is appropriate for their child to read. So I want you to answer. I'm going to ask you one more time.
Right.
What is your right to tell a parent who wants their child, who might feel seen by this story? Why don't they have the right? Why don't they have the right as a parent to say, my child can have access to this book?
If a child feels seen by this story, that means that they have been the victim of a predator. That means that they have either been raped by a family member, they've experienced
and your proof of that is what?
You just said that
What's
if a child feels seen by this story. What I'm saying, Joy,
you're now making assumptions.
No, Joy, but if a child has been raped, we should do a lot better than put a book on a library
You're literally
shelf.
creating a story behind a child that you don't know.
This is insane. I gotta stop this. I gotta stop watching this because it's just boiling my blood. Yeah, so this is the kind of world we live in. This is the West. This is part of, we gotta deal with these liberal people. Fellas, I'm telling you, people, like anyone watching this, please pay attention to what they're teaching your children in school. I don't care if it's the first grade, second grade, I don't even care what it's kindergarten. I know, guys, my dad, he never really paid attention to, my school stuff because, fathers, we really don't care. We don't give a shit. Is he going to school? Is he learning something? Yes, I played sports all through my school days. That was actually the one fun thing about school. But nowadays you have to care because these people, and I mean by these people, I mean the liberals, they have power. They have power in the school. It's all of them. They have all the power in school. So they are determining what your child is learning. You have to pay attention. You have to talk to your children. You have to know exactly what your kids are learning in school, who they are friends with, what they are teaching them, whether they have all this pronoun nonsense going on, whether they have all this pride stuff going on, whether they have all this whether they have all these kind of books in their library. You have fathers, mothers, pay attention to what your children are learning in school. This is the one, this is the way you get ahead of this. Because if you don't, who knows what would happen? More than likely, they're gonna fall victim into this pride stuff, into this all of this. You have to really know what your children are learning in school so that you can get ahead of it. Please pay attention to what your kids are learning in school. That's all I gotta say. This is a whole messed up situation that we find ourselves in. This is what we gotta deal with, with our child going to school, getting exposed to. This is crazy. We live in a clown world. But the only way we can get ahead of it is to be attentive and and be very conversant with what your children are like. Talk to your kids. You got to be talking to your kids. What did you learn in school today? You know the teachers. Know the teachers. I swear to God, I have a story. I don't know if I'm gonna tell it. Maybe some other time I will tell it. But my sister, it's about my sister and what she was dealing with in Canada. Please know the teachers that are teaching your children. Please, you gotta know the teachers that you are exposing your children to. I'm telling you, we live in a clown world, bro. We live in a clown world. Anyway, that's all I got. If you like this video, please hit that like button, hit the share button, leave your comments down below. I know it's gonna be interesting. I would love to read them, and if you may, please subscribe. You have a good night.